please drop those in the chat. At the end of the meeting, Amy will read those questions to me. It's hard to believe school's already starting back and we are kicking off a new year. This is our first Portfolio Lead office hour. I recognize many of your names already in the lobby. So many of you are coming back and you have been in Portfolio Lead, but we also have many of you that this is your first time. So welcome to the role of Portfolio Lead if you are new. And we meet every month. And on the team website, and I'll show you this information today, it will give you the topic for each month. Each month, I intentionally talk about what's needed for that month to give you guidance on what you need to do during that month until our next meeting, with the ultimate goal of ensuring that all of our portfolio teachers are supported and they're able to implement a strong portfolio. As always, we ground our work in the Best for All strategies, and particularly in the educator strategy for the portfolio. My name is Tracy Riddle, and I am the Director of Educator Effectiveness, and I will be leading you through this process of portfolio implementation this school year. I work for the Educator Effectiveness team, so I would like to introduce you to the Educator Effectiveness team. Our Senior Director is Martha Moore. Here on this call with us today is Amy Floyd. Amy is our Director of Data and District Support. She is all things T Encompass, strategic compensation, vacancy data, educator diversity, differentiated pay plans. So all of that is under Amy. As I said, I'm Tracy Riddle, and I work with all of the alternative growth measures. So I will also be working with your alternative growth measure leads, the AGM leads that will be implementing the Universal Reading Screener instead of portfolio. I'm also support team evaluation. So if you have questions around team, I'm your go-to. Also on our team is Micah Fager. Micah will be joining us next month. She could not be with us today. She is our Director of Team Training and Support. So she is all things observer training for the team model. So you will be talking to her when you have questions about your certification exams. She also keeps our team website up to date. Finally, we have Sarah Brown. Sarah is our Recognition and Communication Coordinator. She is all things recognition services. So she does Teacher of the Year, Principal of the Year, Supervisor of the Year. We actually have 8 different educator recognition programs, as well as 4 advisory councils. She also keeps our team under control when it comes to our communications. We are looking for a team contractor, and that will be posted soon. So you can be on the lookout for that position coming soon. Someone to the team contractor will keep all of us in line. So today we are going to discuss the portfolio lead's role. As I said, many of you are coming back to this role, but there are also many of you that are brand new. So I want to spend some time today talking about what is this role as a portfolio lead and what are your responsibilities. I want to share with you lots of resources, and I encourage you to always share these resources with your teachers. This training every month, our office hour will be recorded, and you can always share these office hours with your teachers as well. We're going to talk about next steps at the end of the meeting, what you can be working on before the next portfolio office hour. And then I'm going to share with you all the different people you can reach out to for support. So let's get started with your role. As the portfolio lead, you are responsible for a lot of things. And so I want to go through and talk about each of these things just a little bit. And we will have specific office hours as it's time for some of these things to occur. The first thing that portfolio leads are responsible for are maintaining accurate teacher rosters. This year we do have a new platform. I'm so excited. It's called TN Portfolio. It's extremely similar to what we did last year in Portfolium, but this platform is housed in our Teach All, Best for All platform. So you will also be familiar with that and how to get in there. But we will talk about how to roster your teachers. It's going to be similar to what you've always done. And if you're new, it's a template, and I will walk you through at one of our office hours how to roster your teachers. Um, the second responsibility is to make sure all of your teachers have information and have the resources that they need to do a portfolio. It's heartbreaking when it's submission time and we have teachers who say they didn't know they were rostered in the platform. They didn't know their district was implementing portfolios. That is rare, but it does happen. So we want to make sure that every portfolio implementing district and charter, that the leads are giving their teachers all of the information that we give you so that teachers are well informed and that they will be able to do a really good job showing off that tremendous growth that these non-tested teachers get every year. We will teach you how to monitor status of your educators as it gets closer to submission time. It also will be similar to what you're used to. If you were a district administrator last year, you're going to have some of those same reports where you can check. Again, that will be taught to you at one of our office hours. And then finally, communicate with us as you have questions. Let us know what you need, portfolio.questions, which I will share with you that email later on today. But you can also reach out to me. I am portfolio questions too, so you can reach out to me as well. And Amy, you're welcome to drop my email in the chat. One thing I want to go ahead and say here with this communicating with the department is needed is that as the portfolio lead, I want you to be aware of what teachers are asking us. So don't be alarmed or surprised if I get a question from one of your teachers or anybody in your district in the portfolio.questions email. I always copy you on the response. And that is simply for you to be aware of what questions are coming to us at the department from your portfolio teachers so that you'll know what they're asking in case it's something that maybe you hadn't gone over with them yet, or it may be something that you need to know that a lot of teachers are reaching out and asking about. So I will always copy you on my responses if the question that comes to us is not from you. The most valuable resource for implementing a portfolio is the team website. Here, when you get this PowerPoint, you can click here to go straight to the team website. But I want to talk to you about all of these resources. And again, all of these resources are available for you to support you as the lead, but also to support your teachers. When you're on the home page, you will notice we have a section called Recently Released. So already this month of July, we have released things for the student growth portfolio. We have updated the administrator and teacher guide, and that administrator is you too. It's the portfolio leads. You are actually called district administrators in our platform, and this is a guidebook for teachers. This guidebook walks through the process, regardless of what model the teacher is implementing. The process is in this guidebook, so you want to make sure they have these updated versions. The pre-K, kindergarten, first and second grade resource guides have been updated with very minor changes. The standards are all the same as last year. The rubrics, for the most part, have not changed, other than we have gotten a little bit of feedback from teachers, from you all when you did your survey, as well as from our peer reviewers on some wording that I could tweak. So there are small tweaks, but it's important that you have the most updated copies of these guidance documents. So you want to make sure you get it from this page. If you are implementing PE, be aware that the PE standards have been revised for the 24-25 school year. So therefore, we have revised the PE portfolio model. All of the PE documents are being updated as we speak. We are working together with the PE department, the standards team that did the PE standards revision. So it's almost ready. And as soon as it is, you see it says coming soon. I will get that to Micah and she will have it on the team website. When you hover over the portfolio student growth portfolios tab on the team website, you're going to see several things in the drop down. But if you click directly on the student growth portfolio tab, you get this portfolio resources page. In this resource page, you will see resources at the bottom. And as I just shared with you, the portfolio guidebook that's on recently released is here, and you'll see that it was updated. You'll have a link to our monthly office hours. Again, we videotape these and we put this PowerPoint on this page, the monthly office hour page. Here you will see the portfolio rostering guidance for you. It's coming soon. I'm in the process of getting that information finalized because it is new. It's for our new platform. So that's coming soon, and we will get this updated. Verification happens in January, where you verify that these teachers are still there. And in some cases, people are left off and need to be added and removed. So this guidance is also coming soon. The best practices for portfolio leads is a document from portfolio leads from across the state who just gave us best practices advice. So that's a nice document for you to read through. We also have the grievance protocol. If when scores come out, if you have teachers who say they want to grieve, you can read the information around what is grievable in the world of portfolio. So here's the protocol if that were to happen. And then finally, I'm also working on your teacher FAQ, collecting all the questions that we've had, as well as questions that peer reviewers raised that teachers may have. So that document is almost ready as well. So hopefully before your teachers come back, all of these update coming soon will be live links. As I said, if you hover over student growth portfolio, you see this drop down of several things. The thing that I would really like for you to make sure your teachers have the day they come back, whether that's in service or their first day of school, is make sure your teachers know about this portfolio teacher guidance page. This page is strictly for teachers. We want you to go there and see all these resources, share these resources with our teachers. When you look at this page, and here I know it's hard to see on the screen, so I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. We have everything that a teacher hopefully would ask is housed on this page. I will link that teacher FAQ here. I talk about how the PE standards have changed. The PE portfolio model you'll see right here in the middle. We're going to have, they're going to have a guidebook very similar to what we did in pre-K 2, where they have a resource guide with all of the standards in their rubrics, but then they'll also have an assessment guide. Again, if your district or charter chose PE, make sure they do not start collecting evidence for PE until all of this information is updated, because it's brand new for the PE teachers this year. Very similar as far as assessments, but we want to make sure they're doing the right things and aligning to the right standards. For our pre-K through second grade, their guidebook, which is their rubrics, are in there. The guidebook will show them how to assess. It will talk about what they are assessing for their standard. It will give them suggested tasks of how. We have teachers all the time that say, how do I assess my standard? This guidebook shows them exactly what, even gives them suggestions on what to say to students to ask the questions. We have a scoring guidebook, and this is simply an FAQ. It's talking about the standards. We go deep into what these standards mean that are in their portfolios, and then we have an FAQ of questions that we've gotten over the past year from teachers around these particular standards. So that's here in the assessment guide. These videos that have stars beside them, they are the videos from last year. You will note that I said the standards did not change. These videos are fine to watch. They are still the same standards. And so the explanation that Micah and I give on these videos is still correct. But as I said, some of the rubrics have been tweaked, and the information, anything about the old platform is going to be taken down. So I am actually working right now to make new videos as needed. So as long as there's a star, if teachers want to watch these videos, again, it's fine. I didn't make the links dead. They're still there. But when the star is removed, then the video is current. So just keep that in mind. World language and fine arts models have not changed. The standards have not changed. The models have not changed. So they're all good to go. Here is the office hour tab. This is where you will find the Portfolio Lead monthly office hour information. This is where you'll find your recordings and this PowerPoint every month. This is what it looks like when you click on that Portfolio Lead office hours. I will put the PowerPoint from today in every meeting here in this column, and we will have a YouTube link in this column. These two documents will never be ready immediately after the meeting. I have to submit this recording for a YouTube link, so it should usually be up and live within 2 to 3 days. So just keep an eye out. It won't be long after the meeting, but it's typically never on that exact same day. But you'll be able to see here the topics that we're going to talk about, as well as these dates. These are the dates that I have planned for. They are always the third Thursday of the month. You will notice in November and in December, we will not meet. But otherwise, these are all the dates. If something happens that a date needs to be changed, it would have to be extreme situation for us to change this, because I know you are penciling these in your calendars. But if something does occur that a meeting has to be changed, you will get an email well in advance to know that this date has been changed. So what are your next steps as a portfolio lead? First and foremost, get with your district and find out what models your superintendent, director of schools chose for you to implement this year. It may or may not be the same as last year. We have been going through those LEA settings in T-Encompass, and we have found that many have changed. A lot have added some portfolio models. So be sure you know which ones that you are going to be working with in your district or charter. So that's the first thing, is find out what models are you implementing this year. Then get with those teachers. If they teach in that model, they are implementing the portfolio. Only exception would be in PE. The PE model is only K-8 teachers, so high school PE teachers do not implement. But otherwise, if you are implementing the kindergarten model, all kindergarten teachers. If you're implementing fine arts, all fine arts teachers. World language, all world language teachers, and so on. So make sure your teachers know. And then as soon as they get back to school, and as long as their rubrics and their models, everything is live on the links, then start helping them look at their resource guides, begin picking the standards that they want to assess, and be thinking about that. Many teachers want to start collecting point A's very early in the first semester. So you want to support your teachers in picking the standards and then planning on how are they going to collect point A artifacts. So these are the things to be thinking about between now and our next portfolio meeting. Next month, when you come to this meeting, I will introduce you to the new platform. I want to let you know that the portfolio lead named for your district or charter is selected in T-Encompass. We have an LEA contact page. So that is the person that I am going to load up and put in the platform as a district administrator. And next month, you'll see how to get in as a district administrator and how to navigate a little bit around the platform. Teachers will not have access to this platform until after rostering has been done, and that guidance will occur in September. And then by October, everyone should have submitted their rosters, and we can start setting up teachers' accounts. If you have questions, again, here's portfolio.questions@tn.gov. You're welcome to email us questions, as well as teachers And then again, if a teacher or someone from your district other than you, the portfolio lead, I will copy you on their answers so that you know what answers we are giving from the department. We have lots of email support from our educator effectiveness team. So I just want to make sure you're aware of all the emails that you can reach out to for support. Team.questions is the email for all things T and Compass, observations, growth measures such as TVOS, or if your district or charter is using the AGM, their universal reading screener, those questions go to team questions, achievement measures, evaluation training. Any question around portfolios comes to portfolio.questions. If you have questions about TVOS, roster verification, that goes to RV questions. And then if you have any questions about differentiated pay plans or vacancy data, that goes to compensation questions. Excuse me. Other email supports at the department that's not on our team, but we tend to get these questions. We want to make sure you're aware. If you have any licensure questions, that goes to educator.licensure. Any questions around TASL, that goes to TASL information. If your district or charter is implementing the Universal Reading Screener as a growth measure for pre-KK, first or second, then if you have questions around the screener, about implementing your screener, reports from your screener, how to administer the screener, that goes to that team, the TN.Universal Screener team. And then finally, any questions around assessment goes to TNED.assessment. Thank you so much for attending today. I'm going to stop sharing and switch over to Amy to any questions. Has anyone asked questions?
We have a couple. Are the 24, 25 guidebooks available yet?
Yes, they are under recently released for pre-KK first and second. They're also on that portfolio teacher page, as well as if you hover over student growth portfolios tab, each model has a page. The only one that is not ready to be given to teachers is the PE guidebooks. Okay. And I am working very hard to get those as fast as I can.
And you said preschool is included in that?
Pre-KK, first and second, they're right there.
Okay, we have a question.
They have July 2024 written on them. It will say updated.
Okay, thank you. And we have a question about how to get this onto their Teach All. How do they get it? How do they get to the platform on Teach All?
I will show everyone when the access will be, it'll be live and ready. So I'll show you in August, but I will tell you to go ahead and make sure you know what your single sign-on is. We will launch TM Portfolio. It will have its own link. So I will give that to you at the next meeting. So right now, if you're on Teach All, you can't find it. It's not published. But again, when it's published, we'll talk about it next month, and you will need to know your single sign-on to get in.
Okay, Miranda, are you talking about the office hours? If you are, those will be on the team website. What we're doing today.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I just don't know how to get there. My principal sent me this meeting, and I don't actually know what.
Okay,
how to get to the team website. Amy, can you drop the team website in the chat, please?
Yes, ma'am, I will. I will do that. We've got another question. Should PE teachers not start working on their portfolio until we receive the new guidebooks? I have some overachievers, so they want to be sure.
They do not need to start because the standards were revised. It's a brand new, it's just like the year that pre-KK got a redesign. New standards, that's what has happened in PE. PE has new standards. If you go to the portfolio teacher page, you can see the new standards. When you click on that link, I did put the PE standards link, and you can see how they've changed, but I advise you do not start assessing. My hope is I've been in meetings with the PE standards team all summer. We are almost finalized everything. So do not start PE until all their information is uploaded because it is different.
That's all the questions we have right now.
If anyone else has a question, you're welcome to come off mute and ask your question. Or
Okay,
Amy, if you have another
one
one.
more that just popped up. If our charter has selected the fine arts model, all fine arts teachers are responsible for completing a portfolio. Yes.
Correct. And let me just pause right there. If you look on the team website and you hover on student growth portfolios and then click on fine arts, these are you'll see in the rubric. So if you chose fine arts, dance, general music, instrumental music, media arts, music theory, if they teach in the high school, theater, visual arts, and vocal music. All of those teachers are in the fine arts. So if you chose fine arts, all of those teachers are required to implement a portfolio.
Okay. So if the teachers are not specifically certified in these areas, do they complete the portfolio?
If they have a teacher license and they teach these classes, they are required to complete a portfolio.
Thank you. I think that answered. I think you got
Yes,
it
sir.
all.
Yes, sir. They have to have an active license to be in Tea and Compass.
Right.
So
Okay.
if they don't have a license, if they did a portfolio, there would be nowhere for that score to go to for their LOE. So that's why I say as long as they have a license. Teachers with a
Okay.
permit, that is a license number, and they are in Tea and Compass, they receive scores and they receive LOEs. So an active permit is a license, so they also are required.
Okay.
The
Thank you.
guidebook that I shared with you, that guidebook for everybody that's on the main page, it will tell you the teachers that are not required. So you can refer to that if you have any questions, or you can ask me or email us at Portfolio Questions if you are concerned about a teacher in a particular model, if they should complete or not.
That's all the questions we have in the chat.
Okay, well, if there are no other questions, look forward to seeing you next month and to share with you about our new platform. In the meantime, be sure to share all of this information with your teachers. First and foremost, find out what portfolio models your district or charter has chosen this year to implement. Have a great afternoon, and I look forward to working with you this school year.